So today I just wanted to talk about the third self-employment income support scheme grant. So as you may be aware, we had the first two grants earlier on in the year that were based on information you submitted in previous tax returns. And also you had to be able to comfortably say that my business has been affected by coronavirus in some way, shape or form. Now with this third grant, they've actually adapted that further in that they actually state that you must be able to provide evidence to show a significant drop in trading profits. Okay. They've caveated it slightly with the term you must have reasonable belief. Okay. Which is a little bit contradictory because they say that you must have a reasonable belief that you will see a significant reduction in trading profit, but they actually go on to say that they require evidence of it. Okay, so it's a little bit more complicated. So just to talk through what they actually mean regarding this, I will just say that HMRC have actually gone a step further and they've said that, and basically until you have that evidence, you should hold off making the claim for this third grant, okay, because they want to make sure that you have actually got all the evidence to support your claim. So in relation to this evidence, because at the end of the day, what they're asking for is that with this third grant, we're looking at the period 1st of November through to the 29th of January 21. And so obviously we're actually looking into the future. And as you know, we haven't all got crystal balls. So in relation to getting evidence, they've tried to, look at, hopefully, even though we are talking about in the future, you should have started to see a reduction in, say, customers or, just inquiries in general. It could be that the reason you're going to have that reduction in trading profits is actually because you had to close as a business, whether it's through the lockdown or, it might be that you're out of lockdown, but unfortunately you're having to self-isolate, for instance, so you've had to shut your business. So anything like that is obviously going to help, build this evidence to support this third grant. Now, the evidence that HMRC specify, they do give a few examples. So they say that, if you've got business accounts showing a reduction in activity compared to previous years. So again, obviously, we're talking about the future. So we're not just talking about now. Now will help because obviously if you can show a reduction now and you don't see things turning a corner, then obviously that will help form part of your evidence. But what you should also be looking at is whether it's, if you've hopefully got bookkeeping software, you should maybe have an accountant that you can speak to. Then, liaise with them to basically try and build a forecast over the next few months to try and work out, based on how things have been going now, what's going to be the impact over the next couple of months, and compare that with previous years. And if that obviously shows you significant reduction, providing you were eligible for the first two grants, then with this extra evidence, you will then be eligible for this third grant. Other types of evidence that HMRC will accept, if you've had records showing reduced or cancelled contracts, or maybe cancelled appointments, depending on the type of business you have. It could be you've had fewer invoices. It might be that you can actually show, based on numbers, reduced demand or capacity due to government restrictions, for instance. If you've obviously businesses had to close, then obviously you would have obviously dates showing, the restrictions in place made by the government at these dates were, my business falls into this category. As such, I had to shut between this date and this date. Again, that will form part of your evidence. With the, closure through to self-isolating, hopefully you will have been instructed through the NHS test and trace communication. So those communications should be kept as evidence. You might have had a letter for HMRC telling you to shield, test results proving that you unfortunately had coronavirus, so therefore obviously unable to work, or letters, say for instance, if you've got children that they've had to self-isolate or, obviously they were unwell with coronavirus, unfortunately, then hopefully you'll have documentation to support that. Again, this all forms part of the evidence required by HMRC. Okay, so, but again, it's an added complication, and like I said, HMRC want you to make sure you've got that evidence before you actually make that claim, because they're trying to protect themselves in that they want to make sure that the money is available for the businesses that actually need it. Okay, but again, if you need help with the forecasting, looking at your records, scrutinising your financial figures as to whether you are eligible, then obviously we're here to help here at Tax Assist. So please do get in touch if you need any further help and support. But I hope you found this video useful, and take care.